Hey everyone, my name is Enam Jordan. I am the mother of 3 boys, 13, almost 2, and one that is less than 2 weeks old. And if you clicked on this video, it's because 1, you're either about to be a mom and you want to breastfeed, 2, you're already a mom but you want to breastfeed your next child, or 3, you're currently breastfeeding and you're discouraged and you're thinking about giving up. Well, don't give up. I'm going to share with you guys a couple tips and tricks and things that I've learned along the way that can hopefully help you the way it helped me. First and foremost, y'all, my cousin Bestie has been trying to get me to start a YouTube channel, and I have no desire to start a YouTube channel because, like I said, I have 3 children. 2 of them are under 2, and my life is a bit crazy. However, I breastfed my 2-year-old son for almost a year, and while I breastfed him for a year, I also had to supplement some, and it was very stressful for me. But now that I know what I know, I'm breastfeeding my current son. It's not stressful. It's totally relaxed. I'm making lots of milk. I'm getting lots of sleep for having a newborn, and things are just different. So I wanted to share with you guys the things that I did, the things that I stopped doing, the things that are really helpful with you guys so that you don't give up, because breastfeeding your baby is such a good thing. First and foremost, like I said, I didn't want to make a YouTube channel, but my cousin Bestie keeps talking me into it. And although I don't want to keep this channel going, you guys have to check out her channel. Her channel is thebomb.com. Go look up favorite Fergson Family. I'll post the info in the description box. Their family channel is amazing. They're super cute, anointed, powerful, strong family. They have hair tutorials, which are my personal favorite. That's why I said it first. Reviews, their family shenanigans, which are so funny. Her husband's an amazing real estate and he gives great advice. And if you guys just want to be blessed every week, go check out their channel. All right, so preface, okay? Whether you formula feed your baby or breastfeed your baby is your prerogative. Everybody has different reasons, different seasons, different walks in life, different circumstances. And what we're not going to do is mom shame. I see so many blogs and vlogs of people mom shaming. And while breastfeeding is empowering and it's such a great thing to do, never mom shame anyone, because you guys, no matter if you have the best husband in the world, which I do, and the biggest support system in the world, being a mom is very hard. It's very taxing on your body. You have let a human borrow your body for 9 months. Even if you had an easy delivery is tough on your body. And if you're choosing to breastfeed, it's one of the most selfless things you can do, because you're allowing your baby to borrow your body for a year, however long you're going to breastfeed. So for me, the CDC recommends that you breastfeed your baby for a year. They get the most benefits for a year. So I chose to breastfeed my 2-year-old son for a year, and this baby I'll do the same. I don't go past the year because, like I said, my pregnancies are really, really hard. My deliveries are really, really hard. And after being pregnant for so long and breastfeeding for so long, I kind of just want my body back, and I want to just kind of feel a little sense of normalcy. So I give my child everything they need for a year, and then I kind of wean them off, and that's what I plan to do this time. Now, kudos to the moms who can breastfeed longer. Kudos to the mom who can only make it 6 months. Like I said, what we're not going to do is mom shame. However, I am a huge breastfeeding advocate, okay? It was one of the hardest things I did before I knew what I was doing, and it's one of the most rewarding. My almost 2-year-old son has sickle cell disease, and he has SS, which is the worst one. And most children, most babies with SS are constantly in the hospital, are constantly in the doctor's offices, are constantly sick. And although my son is going through a current pain crisis, he hardly ever has one. He's hardly ever in the hospital. He's hardly ever sick. And my doctor said it's because I breastfed him for a year and because he eats so healthy. And so I'm a huge advocate of breast milk. I think it's powerful. Our bodies are amazing. It's saying, hey, you just gave birth to a human, so I'm going to make the food for you to feed this human. And as soon as you pop that baby out and you start nursing, your colostrum comes in, your breast milk comes in, and it's just there for you and ready for you to feed your child. So my top 3 reasons of breastfeeding for myself: the one is super healthy. the fat content, everything that's in breast milk is what your baby needs. It fights off colds, fights off ear infections, ringworms. It's like magical little golden milk. It's amazing. It's very healthy for your baby. So that was the one thing I wanted to give my kids, the healthiest thing I could provide. And even when you buy formula, it states on the formula package that while this is a good alternative, breast milk is best. So even your formula says it. A second reason why I wanted to breastfeed is because, y'all, it's free. It's free, y'all. Like, formula is crazy expensive. Even if you are making 7 figures, breast milk is expensive, okay? We have 3 boys, okay? And they like to eat. So we had to save money where we can, and breast milk is free. Your body makes it. All you do is drink a lot of water, eat healthy meals, and your body makes it. You don't have to pay $18, $20, $30, $40 for a can of milk that only lasts a couple of days. It is absolutely free. So the second reason why I wanted to breastfeed is because it don't cost anything. Third reason why I choose to breastfeed is because you drop those baby pounds, okay? If you just gave birth to a baby and you want to get your snapback back and you want to get your body right, breastfeed. Breastfeeding burns so many calories. All you do is drink water, eat a lot of small, frequent, healthy meals. You'll burn all that baby weight in no time. It's like minimum effort. So my top 3 reasons is it's super healthy, very cost efficient, and it helps with weight loss. All the weight that you gained while you were pregnant, you lose it very quickly while you're breastfeeding. So no mom shaming. Those are my 3 reasons. You might have more or less reasons why you want to breastfeed, but those are my 3 reasons. So I'm going to tell you what I did the first time that was not conducive and what I learned, and so maybe it can help you. Now, me, I'm not one of those type of people that want to load my fridge up with milk, my freezer up with milk. I want to feed my baby, not my fridge. And so it's important for me to just have enough milk for my baby and then have enough milk when I pump, so that if I want to go away on the weekend with my husband, or while I'm at work, or while I'm at the doctor's visit, there's enough milk there so that my baby's not stressed, my baby's not starving, my baby's not hungry. Now, I will include a video of, there's this really good YouTube video that I watched that tells you how to pump like lots and lots of milk a day. It's very helpful, very resourceful. If that's what you're looking for, I'll go ahead and put that link down there in the description box as well, so that you can go ahead and click on that video, because my video is not gonna tell you how to make 1,000,000 bags of breast milk. It's just gonna tell you how to make the most of what you're doing. So, a couple things you need to know. First and foremost is you have to get a hospital grade pump. It's kind of mandatory if you want to make a lot of milk. Hospital grade pumps have powerful suctions, and it has different options, and it's customizable options for you and your baby. So the pumps are not going to get as much milk out as your baby can, but it does a really good job of getting the milk out. And there's a saying going around saying that you need to empty your breast. Well, that's impossible. Your body is always producing milk around the clock. So when your baby is cluster feeding, or when you're pumping your milk, you're just telling your body to make more milk. So hospital grade pump. Now, I've tried the Medulla. I like it. I tried the Spectra 2. Great pump. A lot of people love it. But my favorite pump is the AmedaMya Pump. It is wonderful. Now, with my almost 2-year-old son, I use a Spectra 2 pump. And while it was a good pump of getting the milk out, it's very big, it's very bulky, it's very loud, and it has a lot of pieces to it. And it just wasn't conducive for my life. As a mom, we want to do things that's simple, so that we're not taking a lot of time away from our family, or away from ourself and our self-care, and away from God. If you believe in God, I strongly believe in God. So you want to do things that are simple. The Spectra 2 pump, it gets the milk out, but like I said, it was just too much for me. And it was too big, so where I couldn't take it to work. So I had to use a hand pump at work, and then use a Spectra pump when I was at home. And it was just cleaning all these pieces, constantly boiling all these pieces. It was just way too much. So if you're fortunate enough to have your insurance pay for your breast pump, which I hopefully you will, I chose the AmedaMya. Why? Because it's a hospital grade pump, but it's small. Let me show y'all what it looks like. So, okay, so it's this little bitty pump right here. One of the things I love about it is you charge it up at night and then you don't have to be connected to the wall. It lasts about 3 or 4 pumps. So you can charge it up at night, stick it in a lunchbox, take it with you to work. It's very, you can even stick this thing in your purse, y'all. It's so small. It comes with 2 phalanges. Cords. Now I only use one and I'll get to that later, but it's super easy to use. There's your on button. There's your volumes up or down, and then there's your massage button, which rotates between massage and expression. You just change your levels on your pump and the battery lets you know where you're at, and that's it, y'all. It's so easy. If you just want to use one side, you just take one of them out and close it up like so, and you can just use one phalange. So why I use one phalange? Y'all, when I was pregnant with my 2-year-old, I found a game changer. Okay, game changer. Nature Bond has a silicone pump. Y'all, I got this from Amazon for $9. Let me show you the box. I will post this in the description as well if you want to go purchase it. Comes with all these things. Comes with a bag. Comes with a top to cover it. This right here was a game changer for me. Why? While I'm pumping one side, I use this to catch the milk on the other side. And the way the silicone suction works, once you connect it to yourself, it's used to actually express your milk, to like pump it out, but I don't use it that way. I just connect it to myself, and while one breast is pumping on the breast pump, this just gets the extra milk out that the pump and even the baby can't get out. Y'all, I can feed my baby, make sure he's 100% full, pump and only get droplets, but if I put this on for 5 to 10 minutes, it gets at least an ounce out every time, which means 2 ounces of milk, which is what your newborn would drink. 1 to 2 ounces of milk. 2 ounces of milk just by sitting this on your breast. You don't have to express it. You don't have to touch it. All you do is connect it to yourself. Let it sit there 5 to 10 minutes. You have at least an ounce. This is a godsend for me. It's been times where I'll be on the breast pump for 15-20 minutes and literally just drops come out. Nothing comes out. I'll connect this to myself and within 10 minutes I have at least an ounce. This is like the best thing in the world. I can't express it enough. Like I said, it's on Amazon for like $9. If you get the pack with the 2, it's like $12. And so I always use one side pumping while this is catching the rest of the milk that the pump cannot get out. So if you want to be successful in breastfeeding, I suggest you get this. This be the best $10 that you've ever spent, or $12 you've ever spent, whichever one you want to do. So, the start of your breastfeeding journey is the most important throughout the whole entire experience. The whole entire experience. The first 2 to 3 weeks are critical to how much milk you make. And that's what I didn't know when I was doing it with my 2-year-old son. So in the beginning, your baby is going to not have a strong suction, but your baby's going to want to cluster feed. Cluster feeding is draining. It's when your baby tries to eat every 30 minutes, every hour, every 20 minutes, your baby is constantly trying to nurse, constantly rooting, constantly trying to latch. It is tiring and it is exhausting. If you can just get through those few days of cluster feeding, which is going to be in the beginning and it's when they hit growth spurts, it tells your body to make more milk. If you can get through those days, you will have such a great production and such a great experience if you can just get through that. Now, what I failed to do the first time was I was so exhausted and I was like, why does my baby keep trying to eat? I have nothing in my breast to give them. So I would put them on, and then in 30 minutes when they wanted to eat, I would supplement and give him formula because I thought he was starving. Well, that's what I did. That's what I did that was wrong, because when your baby wants to cluster feed, even if you feel like you don't have any milk, just keep putting your baby on. Change sides back and forth. Even if they're only getting drops, just allow your baby to stay on. Why? It's alerting your body to make more milk. And that's the same thing as power pumping, which I'm not going to explain that in this video. I don't want the video to be too long, but research power pumping. That's also what you can do to trick your body into making more milk if your baby is not cluster feeding, or if you need to up your ounces in the milk that you produce. So what I did wrong was With my 2-year-old son, I wasn't letting him cluster feed on me. I was just so tired and so drained. With this baby, the second or third day he was born, he wanted to cluster feed and he wanted to do it for hours. And I just kept putting him on. You will have sore cracked nipples because your baby has to learn how to latch. Put that lanolin on, let them cluster feed. You will thank your body. Within 2 to 3 days, you'll see the fruit of your labor. You'll see how much milk you're pumping, or if you're not pumping yet, that's fine. But if you just let your baby cluster feed, it'll really increase your milk supply. And they don't do it often, y'all. They do it when they're newborns. They do it when they hit like the 3-month mark, the 6-month mark, the 9-month mark, something like that. It's not often. So just push through it. Drink your water, scroll on your phone, read a good book, just push through it. It's a couple of days where you're not going to get a lot of sleep, but then you'll be thanking me later because you'll be getting a lot of sleep because your baby will be so full because you'll be making all this milk. Okay, so the first few weeks are critical. Now, along with cluster feeding, you guys, you have to drink your water. And I think every single YouTube video on breastfeeding tells you that you have to drink water. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They give you these big, amazing cups in the hospital. It's for you to take home. Fill it up with ice water, and while your baby is nursing and you're just sitting there, sip on that water, girlfriend. Okay? Also, what I use is in the first 2 to 3 weeks, I use milk tea. And with my 2-year-old son, I did this when he was a couple months old. But if you do it in the beginning, it's more helpful. So there's stork tea. I use the Earth Mama Organics. It's 100% organic Milkmaid Tea. Any of the milk lactation tea is good. They all have fennel in it. They all have fenugreek in it. Most of them have red raspberry leaf. Those are things that stimulate milk production. Some people say that the taste is not bad. I don't like it. I can smell and taste fenugreek. It's a very strong smell. But what has been a game changer for me is coffee creamer. So get your favorite coffee creamer, any flavor, make your hot tea, add your coffee creamer, and it's really, really, really good. I'm not just saying that. See, I couldn't put sugar or honey in my tea. I just didn't like the taste. Coffee creamer is a game changer. If you like milk tea, if you like flavored tea, hot tea, bubble tea, it kind of tastes like that. You don't smell or taste that fenugreek. It's not strong. It's a really good drink. It'll increase your breast milk. So the box that I got this also from Amazon. I'll put that in the link as well. It's 16 bags for $4. I only get one box because once I drink this, I drink a cup a day, every day for 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, I don't drink it anymore because your milk should be in and you should be making a lot of milk, so you shouldn't need it anymore. Also, people buy lactation cookies, which are very helpful. The oatmeal cookies chocolate chip cookies that they make. I tried it with my second son. It's really good. You can't tell that it's for lactation. However, those are a lot of added calories that I just didn't want to consume. I know I'm using that coffee creamer, but when you're breastfeeding, you have to eat and drink a lot. So eating small, healthy meals frequently is the best thing to do because you're burning so many calories. You need food and drink to produce your food. And because I use that coffee creamer for my drink and my tea, I don't want the added calories of the cookies because I'm trying to drop my baby weight. But if you can afford to eat more calories, girlfriend, go ahead and do you. So the hospital grade pump is mandatory. Silicone pump will be a game changer for you. Drinking lots of water. I suggest just drinking a bottle of water every time you're nursing or pumping. Your lactation tea or cookies. Those will all help you significantly. Okay. Honestly, you guys, if you just let your baby cluster feed, and you are pumping, let's talk about when you're supposed to pump. So, how you can make more milk is skin to skin and bonding because it releases that hormone from your baby. So after I nurse my baby and he's full, I just put him on my chest for a little bit to get that skin to skin and to release that hormone, for my body to make more milk. So I don't pump as soon as he's done eating, but most people say to pump as soon as the baby's done eating. I put him on my chest for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then when he's knocked out sleep and he's burped, I put him down in his bassinet to sleep. So I probably pump like 30 minutes to an hour after my baby eats. to stimulate my milk production and tell my body, make more milk, make more milk. Hold on. What, baby? I tell my body, make more milk, that way by pumping. Also, I do an extra pump a day so that I can make more milk for my baby. You have the highest amount of milk production in the morning time where your breasts are really full. You can get extra milk, and also when you take a hot shower, y'all, you will make so much milk. So what I do is I usually feed my son whenever he wants to feed. And y'all, don't stick by a timeline. When your baby is first born, it's supply and demand. Supply and demand. Don't look at the clock and like, oh, I need to feed him every 2 hours. Every time your baby cries or roots, put your baby on. That's how you're going to make a lot of milk. If he wants to eat every hour, if he wants to eat every 2 hours, whatever, put your baby on. Just put your baby on, let him eat. And the key about pumping is pumping frequently, but not long. So that's another mistake I made with my 2-year-old son. I would be on the pump for 30-45 minutes. No, you're supposed to pump every 2 hours or after your baby eats, but only be on the pump for 10 minutes. Whatever you'll get in 10 minutes. But like I said, once you get out of a hot shower, your breast will be really full. So what I usually do is I let my baby eat. Once he goes down for his nap, I get in the shower, take a nice long hot shower. I get out the shower, I pump, and it's usually like 3 or 4 ounces, which is good because like I said, my baby's not even 2 weeks old yet. And he's only eating 2 ounces. So to pump 4 ounces is really, really good. So I pump, and that's the milk that I store that I can keep storing every day. And then I just keep feeding my baby like normal, because once I pump after my baby eats, I usually just get 2 ounces of milk. But once I get out the shower and I do that extra pump a day, I usually get 4 ounces of milk. So you guys, how to store your milk really quick. If you freshly store your pump milk, that didn't make sense. If you freshly pump milk or express your milk, it can only sit out for 4 hours. If you put it in the refrigerator, it can stay in the refrigerator for 4 days. And then the CDC says it can stay in the freezer for 6 months is best, but up to a year is acceptable. How I can remember easily is 4-4-4. So I say 4 hours out if I just pump, 4 days in the fridge, or 4 months in the freezer. And I just do the 4-4-4 because nobody has the time to think about 4 to 6 to 12 months. That's too much. I just think of 4-4-4. Also, once you have frozen your milk, once you thaw it out, it can only stay out for 1 to 2 hours before you have to give it to your baby. Or if you thaw it out in the refrigerator, it can stay there all day, and you cannot refreeze milk once it's been thawed out. So those are a couple of my tips and tricks. I don't want this video to be too long, so if you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section, and I will answer you guys if I could be any help. But y'all, let your baby cluster feed, pump after meals, and drink lots of water, and you will see a huge difference. Also, guys, if you're stressed out a day, if your milk supply is low for a day, if you're not getting enough rest, not getting enough water, and you're not pumping a lot, do not be discouraged. If you power pump or let your baby cluster feed, within 2 to 3 days, you'll see a drastic change in your milk. You'll be pumping just an ounce, and then all of a sudden 3 to 4 ounces. So I don't want to keep you guys too long, and my baby is waking up, so I'm going to end this video. Like I said, check my cousin's page out. It will truly bless you. Try these tips and tricks. Do not give up. I supplemented. Once you supplement, you get into a bad habit of, oh, I'll just give my baby formula. Once you give your baby formula, they're going to want more formula because they typically drink way less breast milk than they do formula. They're going to start wanting more ounces. Then you're going to have to start giving them formula because you're not going to be able to pump enough ounces as you did the breast milk. And it's just a huge mess. You guys can do it. You're strong. Your body was made for this. You can pump and work. Pumping only takes 10 to 15 minutes. You can make a lot of milk. You could be successful at this. Don't give up. Do not stress about it. Get things that are easy, that are small, that are compact, that are not a lot of steps, and do this because your baby needs your milk, and you need to get back snatched, and you need to save them coins. So I'm praying for you guys. I hope that you all have a great journey, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope you have a great, blessed night. Good night.